Hello, this is Ron Brown. It's January 8th, 2025, and this is the first of many videos I'm going to be making on my January add-on. And it's going to be a series of shorter videos. I hope to keep them to between 10 and 15 minutes at the most, and maybe there will even be some shorter ones. But I want to take you through the process of how you can use HES Investor and Thinkorswim for top-down prospecting, end of day and intraday. First of all, I'd like you to delete all of my warehouse and charting views before installing, and at some point in the video I will show you how to do this if you don't know. Always remember, the market is your teacher. We learn from the market. Any stock index or ETF mentioned in this presentation is not a recommendation to buy or sell. All trading strategies are used at your own risk. If you don't have the high growth stock software, you can download a free 30-day trial and get access to my Insider Club. At highgrowthstock.com, you'll see the link at the top of the page on the website. Now, I've got the way I have my screen laid out here is just to show you how I'm approaching this top-down method of top-down prospecting. And this is the way I've been doing it. It may work for you, it may not, but at least you'll have my files if you're a member of the Insider Club, and you can do this if you want to. Now, I have two user groups here, two major user groups that I send out with my files, the non-indexed files and the market analysis user groups. And I'm using the market analysis user groups for my top-down approach here. Now, I've created this folder called the Market Insight ETFs, and I did this because I think it gives me a great view, a cross-section of the market, what's happening end of day and intraday. And you can see that there are a lot of familiar ETFs in here. I'm going to bring up an arrow and point out all the spiders from here to from here to here. There's the S&P 500. It all goes all the way down to utilities. Anything with the 500 here is a group of stocks that make up these spiders, and this works in conjunction with folder number 7 here, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm going to click through to this, or to the warehouse from the designer, and you can see how these closed last night. Now, I'm using, under my name, 2025 Warehouse Views, top-down market analysis, and I'm on folder number. Now, this gives me a view of the ETFs, and I can use the same view when I go top down into the sectors. But let's take a quick look here, and I'll point out the columns. Of course, the name and the symbol sorted on raw combo, and the raw combo is the percentage price change one day. This is the end of day version of this, and then the Wyckoff volume information. The last date, this was updated on the daily, and then the last close, the days since the crossover. As you can see, the VIX crossed over yesterday, and the VPOC crossed over 7 days ago. Now, if I'll bring this up, I'll just double click it down here in the lower corner and bring my arrow back up. You can see the VPOC crossed over clear back here, and this crossed over yesterday. This is yesterday. This is today. So there was fear coming into the market yesterday. Now, this is all pretty self-explanatory. Relative strength, percentage price change one day, where it closed in the daily range. It changed since the beginning of the week. You can see all the movement was pretty much yesterday, 5-day change, and so on. This is just a good way to see what's happened over time with any of these ETFs compared to the 1 day, and then the beginning of the week, 5 day, and so on, and then all the way over to the volume. You can see the volume was 160% of normal yesterday for a 77% change. The last volume is over 20 million, and the normal 90-day moving average volume is around 13 million. Now this column is blank because when we go down to look at the stocks in these spider sectors, it'll show what the industry is. And then VPA, accumulation distribution, the VPA market directions. Is the fan up on this? No, it's down, and this column is down. I guess I have the volume in here twice. I'll get rid of that. Okay, that's gone, and I'm surprised I didn't notice that before. Anyway, some people still like to use the Bongo Daily and Bongo Weekly to hold positions, and that's in here. And these columns, this is the days since the Bongo Daily turned up or down. And this is the days since the Bongo Weekly, and this is the column. These two columns are the percent close from the 52-week high and low. Now I'm going to go back over to this side here and point out that the combo is a percentage price change 1 day. You can see that right here in this column. And if I deselect this combo because I want to see how the order of these ETFs are during intraday, and it's updating in the background using thinkorswim data, I just click on this icon right here. It says turn off view combo, and that disengages the combo. So when I drop down to the intraday, notice that everything is still in the same order, and I can see how these ETFs are doing. Now, at this moment, the VIX is still positive. A little while ago, it was negative, so evidently the market has sold off again a little bit since I looked at it. But you can see that there is very little up to date. The natural gas is up to date. Now, remember, I'm looking at the data from the percentage price change 1 day, the end of day. So I want to re-engage this combo. That does updating right now. So I'm going to re-engage this. And now it's on intraday percentage price change 1 day. I'm going to disengage it. Now I can re-engage it here, or no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I have to re-engage it here. Now what this does is it sorts by this percentage price change 1 day, and I can quickly see where the strength and where the weakness is. Bitcoin's been selling off for the past few days, and this Bitcoin Trust ETF is representing Bitcoin in my list here. So where is the strength? The natural gas has gapped up. We're having a very cold streak in the upper mid or in the plain states where I live, and a big part of the country. So gas has become expensive. It's been all over the place, as you can see. The Ultra VIX is positive. The dollar UUP is positive. Is up today. Healthcare is up. Dow Industrials, these are up, but not that much. Now, if you want to see how strong they are, you just look at this column right here, the intraday range, and you can see that natural gas is pretty much holding its range. I'll put an arrow on here. You can see that, which is represented in this column, and volume is well above normal. The 90-day is around 8 million shares. It's 10 million, almost 11 million already. And there's the estimated volume for the day. So if this buying keeps up, you can see right down here on this chart, the magenta portion of that is the projected volume for the day, which equals this estimated volume column here. Okay, I'm going to get this quick pick out of the way, and I want to show you now how I use this information relative to the stocks that are in these groups. Now, if there is an S&P 500 in front of it, that means there's a corresponding folder down below. And healthcare is leading the way today, XLV. Now notice this spider here, well, that's not a good example. This regional banking spider does not have S&P 500 into it. So this is just an ETF where I don't have the component parts below, but I limited this to the sectors. So let's look at the healthcare sector, since it's up today and it's about holding about 76% of its range. So what I'm going to do is click on this menu, and I'm going to drop down to folder number 7. Now folder number 7, if I go to the top of the folder, it contains these ETFs, but if I drop down below and I'm looking for the healthcare sector, the XLV, I can just go down and locate the XLV, and now I can see the stocks, what the stocks within this sector are doing. And I'll just make this full screen, and you can see that the leading stock in the healthcare sector, these medical devices, are some of the stocks that are doing the best. So Boston Scientific, Medtronic, GE Healthcare, I believe this stock has been on a tear. Let's bring it up here, and you can see that it's been moving nicely for the past several days. I'm going to bring an arrow up here. Look at the strength returning, confirmation of that strength effort to rise, and notice during this period that the fan was down, but there's also a double bottom on here, and it's taken off, and you can see that with this blue area, which are volume pocket pivots. So this has been coming up in some of the screens, and it's followed through nicely, and it's in the healthcare sector. Now I'm going to end this video here because that is my basic strategy for top down, and I will continue this in another video. I just am trying to keep these videos from getting too lengthy. Thank you for listening.